We'll start by taking these decals off. So we got the hood sanded down. What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. Welcome to the channel. Today's episode, we're gonna be doing some more learning as we go with some body filler. We're gonna learn how to put it all together and make it so that it's nice and do our best in order to get it up to speed and make sure that we can paint. If you guys are new here, thank you guys for being here. Subscribe, comment, share with your friends, post notifications, ring that bell, like as well. Follow me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy, and also make sure that you guys are checking out the merch line. Help support the channel, help me grow so I can get better and better builds for you guys every day. So as we shift towards deciding whether or not we're going to repaint this whole thing, first thing I'm going to do is going to attempt to compound and see what we can get out here. So I'm thinking that this whole thing is just going to have to be sanded and kind of just go from there, but we need to assess this. And so looks like whatever they hit, I don't know if this was separate or whatever, but the issue is that we have big scratch mark here, big scratch mark here. Looks like maybe it got keyed or something, but that is completely different than what I'm talking about. They hit something here, here. So it looks like they kind of scraped up against something. So we got some dents here. So I think the best thing for me to do is to take these stickers off, these decals, and to just sand the whole thing down and to paint. I don't know if we need to paint the whole thing, but so we'll definitely paint the door back into the quarter panel. So we'll probably paint to about here. So we'll paint the whole door, whole quarter panel, and well, door, quarter panel probably up to about here. Then we'll blend the rest of this. That way we won't have any issues with color matching or anything like that. And that way we'll be good. With all this, we'll take care of all these little issues. Not a big fan of these decals, so I'll probably take them off. We'll throw some body filler on here as well. We'll level out these scratches. That way all this will be brought back to its original luster and no more dents. All right guys, I have officially decided to repaint this whole side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by taking this off because I hate these decals. I think they look so stupid. You have black stickers on a black car, GT, CS, whatever. They look stupid, I'm sorry. So what I'm gonna do is maybe see about getting some badges or something, maybe 5.0 or something like that. Be able to put it here instead of this stupid sticker. This is all dented in here as well. So we have a dent here, we have a dent down here, we got the scratch, and we got the scratch over there as well. So I think the best thing for me to do is to just paint the whole thing. So we'll start by taking these decals off, and we'll sand this whole thing down, and we'll assess the damage. See about throwing some body filler in there, bring out these dents, and then we'll get the priming, painting, prepping, and all that stuff today as well. So I don't know what the actual best way to remove these stickers actually is, but tried and true method is always adding heat to anything. So I'm gonna add some heat, got some scrapers, I can always use a razor blade if I need to. Got that decal off. The only thing we have to do is put a little glue gun on there, get the rest of the adhesive off, but it looks better already, guys. The decal's awful looking. Hit the area with a little glue gun and get that adhesive off. All right, guys, we're going to shift gears a little bit now. We need to do some sanding and some body filler. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but right here, there's a couple dents. I'm going to sand this down. I need to sand this down anyway in order to prepare this as aluminum. So we have some damage here. Looks like it's some bubbly paint. I don't really know how that happened, but there. Then we also have the dents here, and also this is all peeling. So I am going to attempt to do a blend job again. Did not work out great the last time, but we'll see. Gotta learn, gotta get better at this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by sanding this area here, then I'm going to feather out after that. I do need to remove all of this paint, so I don't need to go too deep, but we're gonna hit this with the DA, get these dents down to bare metal. That way we can fill it up with some Bondo. And then the rest of this should just be paint removal, so we can bring up the sandpaper grit so that we're not going too deep into this. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing on the door. Show you guys real quick. Right in there, center your screen, we have a dent. Right here, that's where they hit something. And then down on the door jamb as well, we have another dent. So we're going to take care of that as well. Then we're going to sand it all down, get these scratches out. All right, guys, update time. We have the 3 areas that are dented that need to be filled in. So we did that. We have all of them sanded down to the bare metal. And what we're going to be using is this Evercoat. I used Bondo in the past. The Evercoat fiberglass filler that I had sanded really well. So I figured I'd go with the little bit more expensive stuff than the Bondo and give this a shot. I don't know what's better, but this thing has really good reviews, so I'm gonna give this a shot. So we have a small dent here, we got a bigger dent down in here, and then this whole area is dented, and then obviously the hood as well. So we're gonna mix this up, we're gonna apply it very liberally, and a skim coat first, then we're gonna go back and we're gonna fill it all in. So hopefully we can get this done in one shot, and we'll come back and sand it all. All right, so one of the things that I'm still learning with Bondo, or body filler that is the working times of it. And this time was no different, so I wanted to fill this spot in a little bit more. Yeah, I wound up ruining it. So I'm gonna hit it with the 60 grit. Alright guys, so a couple things we have to do now. We have to just clean up the car a little bit. Everything looks good from what we did yesterday, and now we need to just sand down the rest of this side. So like I said yesterday, we're going to be painting this area, we're painting this area. We'll probably just paint the whole door. So we'll sand down the whole door. We'll take this door handle off, take the spoiler off, because the spoiler does cover this as well. So I think that'll work. So we're not going to go that far with it. Maybe we'll just stand to the end of the. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do here. All right, quick update. Got it. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the tail light because that's what we should do. Then we're going to remove the spoiler because we need to do that as well. And we are going to blend this whole area. So while we will not be painting this whole area, this is where we're going to lay the clear coat. So we do need to sand this entire side of the car. We need to sand the entire hood as well. That way we can lay some clear coat on it. And this whole thing is going to get cleared. And this whole thing is going to get sanded as well. And then we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start with all that now. Alright, so new plan. We're just going to leave the trunk open when we paint. The spoiler actually won't come off. I don't know if there's something wrong with the bolts or if they're stripped or something. But I can't get the bolts off on 7 of the bolts. So we're going to leave it open. We have access to it, so it's okay. We're going to tape it all off and we'll be good with that. So now we have access to the spoiler area that was being covered before. So we should be good. So we're going to get to sanding and get this car prepped for paint. All right, so it's been a little bit since I gave you guys an update, so I just want to do that real quick. We got the hood sanded down. All the body filler came out really nicely. There was a lot of rock chips. I didn't feel comfortable just blending. So what I wound up doing is sanding the whole thing down. So I'm gonna prime the whole thing after I clean it all up, obviously. Then we're going to just sand the fender down to a 600. That will allow for a nice blend in with the clear coat. So that'll take care of that. Don't have any issues with over there on this fender, so we're good here. Then the door, obviously we have a multitude of issues on the door. You can see here that we have 2 spots of filler. We had that big scratch, that gash right in the middle. So we took that out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that mirror off, we're going to take that trim off, and we're going to take that door handle off as well. Then we're going to transition to the back where we are going to sand this out We'll probably paint till about here. Then we will blend the rest of this all together because there's no other issues with paint back here or anything. All up here is fine, but we will need to blend all of that. So what we're gonna do is, look at that, nice and dirty, and makes a nice easy line for you guys to see. So we'll paint from here on, but we'll blend back to here with the primer and everything. So I guess we'll sand back to here actually. Then that way we don't have the same issue that we did with the S5. So we'll sand here, then we'll kind of just feather back and forth here. That way we don't get any strong lines here. So take this off now. So we'll throw this back in there, but wanted to do a quick update. Another step closer, we're almost done with the prep for this car. It's coming out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far, but I do struggle in this area. So we'll learn it as we go here. Like, throw me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Also, make sure you guys are following all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy. Share this channel with your friends. Check out the merch line. And make sure that you guys have your post notifications on so you can be first ones here when I post a new video. Thank you guys for being here, be inspired by this. Hopefully you guys will just do something on your own DIY style. Learn as you go. Don't be intimidated by it. Pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you need to do. Try to become a DIY Salvage Guy yourself.